of a sudden package it that way. Now it's like, oh yeah, we gotta get on here. We knew this. I didn't find out any.
Well, not really, because like it had a whole tape out and it had evidence in front of them. Now it's to the point where you're more aware and open-eyed, so people are more conscious.
I mean, but people knew about him and Aaliyah. They knew about the marriage. Like it wasn't
Ultimately, our generation don't give a fuck.
Really?
Their generation did.
their generation.
Their generation did.
There's a generation, maybe two before us, that really probably only focused on a few things. It probably was like the crack epidemic.
Yeah,
maybe,
crap epidemic.
Like I think that was the main focus, and everything else got swept under the rug. On like education wise, they was like, we don't even really care about y'all going to school. We just wanted y'all to be alive at this point. But that's besides the point. We was overall talking about not believing charges that are popping up on the internet. Talk about 21 Savage, Chris Brown, and all that. But this is Color Radio, selfogod.com. Hello, people. King Maul in the building.
Squad.
S. Carter, the best engineer in the game. How are you doing, S. Carter? We have
Got RTheCzar.
RTheCzar in the building right now.
That's I was waiting on you. I'm like, hey.
I know. I keep thinking of different ways to introduce the guest. I don't know how.
I thought you was gonna say Czar, but
I don't know how to introduce it. I want like horns and shit in the background of that. RTheCzar in the building. Long time coming. We talked about this for a minute. I'm glad to have you on. This is a rapper's rapper. I'll say like top 5 and your social media name so they can follow you, sir.
Top 5. If we talking hip hop, I ain't gonna lie. I'm really a Brooklyn, New York. You know,
below East Coast.
Yeah, like Biggie, like it's like better than Pac to me. I'm not gonna lie.
Ooh.
I say that too.
Jay-Z, that's my nigga. I called that nigga my uncle back in the day.
Say Uncle Jay.
Fab, Jadakiss, just because they got similar styles. Like I like how they put their words together.
I don't like Jadakiss' voice though, personally.
And I can see that.
I really don't like that nigga voice.
What that nigga be saying though, man.
Yeah. He can
write
bars. I just don't like his voice.
Get him a smooth beat.
He said he never had a bad verse. They say like he never had a bad verse.
I mean,
I don't listen that much, but
I wouldn't say never, because every now and then you have a bad verse.
Yeah.
Arguably.
But
there was a point in time Drake didn't have a bad verse. It was going like for maybe a good 3 years. All his features were like body bag, and then he started trying to cross over. He started to try to cross over. Yeah, he do. Yeah, but he's trying to start to cross over. Talking about crazy shit. Like, shout out to it. Okay, continue. I'm sorry to cut you off.
No, it is what it is. Like Drake is very entertaining, but he'll never be in my top 5 because he don't really write his own stuff.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? He had like 4, 5,
yeah, no,
6.
It definitely took a hit to his legacy.
But
it's like a PED. It's like a PED type thing, but you just gotta transition him into a different category. It's a pop star. Yeah, pop star.
He's a musician. I'm even gonna say that. Like he makes music.
Yeah,
he makes music.
My knock on him before the writing scandal was he couldn't produce. Like I never heard him be a producer. Like J. Cole produces, M produces. I mean, I don't know. Kanye is like it's a different when you can it's different when you can produce it, then rap on it, and still body it. Like that puts me on a higher level. It's something different.
That is a level of skill. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, I feel like that's.
But I mean, I feel like if the people if it's just taking over,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like I ain't gonna lie, I saw Drake on CNN International once. You know what I'm saying? Then he turned around and was rapping. Like, I ain't not rapping for CNN. It's like, dang, like this nigga know he on CNN.
Yeah.
Like,
this nigga was
you
on
know what I'm
CNN
saying?
doing what?
Yeah. Bruh.
That's
like when Back to Back came out. When he dissed me, that was on CNN International on my phone. I'm like, what?
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that.
Talked about it.
I forgot how big Back to Back moment was.
That was a crazy
moment. Because it was the pulling back the veil of like, oh yeah, Drake doesn't rap, so this is his moment. But I feel like that may have been labeled behind it because he was signed to Apple. He was with Apple then
too.
Can
we back up though? Because nobody ever talks about Drake at the he was with Flex, and he's got the
Oh
BlackBerry.
no,
and he's
no,
like,
they bring that
you know
up.
what I'm
They bring it up.
Not enough to question this whole thing. Like
Every time
and
the
I-
video come out, it's like you got that right at one in the caption.
Yeah, they.
You got to talk about it. It's like okay, but yeah, you never.
It was
really
one of
know
the moments where I
freestyle.
was like, you probably shouldn't ask him to freestyle.
But I looked at it like, man, he was like, all right, I'm just gonna look extra cool, and I'm gonna bring the BlackBerry out for this because I'm Drake. like that's you know what I'm saying. That's how I looked at it too.
Was it very visual back then?
Yes.
Like, was the internet popping
Yes,
like
it
that?
was.
Okay.
It was.
It's his own fault. It's his own fault.
This was like 09.
I mean, all right. Yeah, YouTube
You know what I'm saying?
it wasn't too crazy. So
YouTube
yeah.
was pretty crazy.
Wait, he did that on 9.
Yeah, YouTube was pretty crazy, bro.
It wasn't world
Soldier
star
Boy,
worthy. Okay.
Soldier Boy was out, and he
Okay.
had YouTube going crazy.
Okay. Yeah.
That's some shit. I didn't realize. He
Oh,
did that
shout
shit
out to
on
Drake.
9.
Shout out to Soldier Boy. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Shout out to
Like,
Soulja.
Changed
Soldier
the game.
got a phantom charge coming. They say he kidnapped the chick.
I saw that, and I was like, what in the world?
That don't even make sense.
That's
No, but like, okay, like just think of it on the base level of anything. I just got re hot. I'm getting
he been
however
making threats,
many
too.
deals, shows, or whatever I'm getting right now. I'm at my absolute peak I've been in over 5 years. Why the hell would I? If a chick even said a word within in it, she get kicked out. Like, go home. I don't even need you. A negative Nancy, nothing in my life. Like I don't need you around. Why would he kidnap a chick for 6 hours? It just don't make it it's one of the things like why are you trying to set these people up?
I feel like it's very contextual, and then you know, I don't know the situation at all.
I don't. Yeah.
But I'm just
Allegedly.
thinking-
It
Allegedly.
almost raises the question on why Brian's so clean. Why you
I've
can't
heard
touch
stories
him?
about Brian,
Why
but
you can't
I
touch him?
think he ain't got no craziness. He ain't got no.
He don't talk much, but it's like he's always prospering.
Yeah.
He's always prospering
I
at some
don't know,
form,
man.
some
I
fashion.
think-
He's always
I
prospering.
think
Good
Brian
PR.
just did it the right way.
And good PR.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
PR,
You have a
like-
good PR person
Like I don't know if
behind
y'all
you.
watched
Yeah, this makes sense.
Ray Donovan or not, but there's people that handle things for celebrities when they get crazy. So I mean, LeBron is the one. Like, and he talks spicy on the internet. So
Yeah.
Oh, he talks spicy
he
on the
talks.
internet.
Brian talks spicy on it. Like it be underlining. Like, but he
Y'all
be-
seen the barbershop?
What, oh no.
He was on there saying nigga. I'm like, oh, I ain't never
Oh,
heard
you
Brian
talking
talk
about
like
that
this.
one? Yeah.
I'm like, Brian, he chilling.
Yeah. Like
That's what Drake was like. You talked about my son. This is like, I
did
told
see
him
that.
about.
I did see that, yeah.
I told him about my son.
Yeah.
The accent came out.
Oh man. Speaking of accents, 21 Savage is from the UK.
Yes.
His dad is from the UK. There's a clip of his mom going around. She has a British accent.
I've seen it.
Accent. I'm not even. It doesn't take away his music for me. It doesn't take away his credibility. Which I think it like the man, quote unquote, wanted to happen. Like, you wanted to tarnish his name and not have him be the gangster.
I feel you on that because the only way you can take away his legacy on the streets is if the streets took it away.
Exactly.
They gotta disclaim him.
Like,
or disclaim anything he's saying.
all that means now is he's the most gangster UK nigga that has come to Atlanta.
Exactly.
Like, it didn't really change anything for me on his music wise or anything. The more so thing I'm more interested in is how the industry kept it a secret. That's what that's what keeps making me like,
I
man.
feel like they didn't keep it a secret. I feel like they was nonchalant about it, like, oh, didn't you already know? Type deal.
Man, that's even
But couldn't you, like, if you really wanted to, couldn't you find that out?
but what would make you think of even looking that up?
Really though.
Like, that's the thing. Like, what would make you
like the first time you saw his mom? He brought his mom on a carpet event, like, or some reward event, right?
Yeah.
Internet was like, "Ooh, damn, his mom is fine." Nobody ever thought about, like, okay, he got a dad.
Did they?
Yeah.
They said,
well,
okay.
yeah, they
That's
kind
all
of made it a
There are
thing.
people like that. There are people.
I ain't know it's like I mean, cause like they did that with Triple X's mom. So I'm like, I know they do that shit, but I didn't know that they did with 27. She's attractive woman. She's
No,
a
they did it
regular.
at the
Yeah.
same time.
She looked young. She looked young. So like, yeah, she.
No, they literally did them both at the same. Well, not the exact same time.
But yeah,
it
in
was
the same time
frame.
span. Yeah.
But point being is like, well, all right, cool. That's his mom. But what about his dad? Nobody ever like thought about looking that up.
Here's the thing.
Just stumbled upon like. Oh,
I think they knew that his mom was from another country because the country she's from was just colonized by the UK. So it was like a I think an African country or something like that. But it was just owned by the British at that point. So they had a British accent and all that shit. So I'm not shocked by that. I'm more so shocked by the actual why they picked him up Super Bowl weekend after he did a show, not giving him bail. He already applied for his visa, so he's already in the records. You knew where he was at. It just seemed a little fishy after the Jimmy Fallon.
I done seen so many handshakes turn to hate. Seen so many BFs turn SNAK. Dealt before this honor tatted on my face. Where I run that checkup should have been with Chase. Started at the bottom of the trenches, the gutter, so I had to go a little harder. Lights was off, the gas was off, so we had to boil up the water. Been through some things, but I couldn't imagine my kids stuck at the border. Flint still need water. People was innocent, couldn't get lawyers. How much money you got? How many problems you got? How many people done doubted you? Left you out to rot? How many prayed that you flop? How many lawyers you got? How many times you got shot?
Again, I'm a conspiracy theorist at some points. It's the yin and yang of Travis Scott. If you had Travis Scott on the main stage not saying anything in a Louis Vuitton purse fanny pack onesie, I don't know. You 2 nights beforehand you had Travis Scott on Jimmy Fallon talking about Flint still not having water. Immigration of Mexicans that we still didn't care about till this point where it's a black guy now. Now it's like, oh, well, this is happening with all our Latin homies and anybody else of a legal descent here. And we still didn't care until now. It's 21 save 21. But what about Hector? No, like with that ass though. Like Hector has been in jail for the last like year and a half because he can't get a bond.
It always takes a celebrity to bring attention to something.
True, but it's not. And I'm venting a little bit. Offset mad at Chris Brown for posting the meme. Motherfucker, the meme is funny. The
funny.
like him rapping in the British accent. That's a funny ass meme. Like I don't care. It's hilarious when they say, "Oh, these are the gang that 21/7 said he gonna have outside." And it's the British soldiers. That's funny. Yeah. That's very clever.
That is very funny.
Because you're from British, and we thought you were from Zone 6, which you
from
are.
British.
Yeah.
But you're fucking British.
Yes, you.
Bruv.
Yes, you're, bruh. Bullocks. You horse fucker.
But wait. So, isn't they also talking about he got to go because he was a felon as well?
He's not even a felon anymore. He got expunged in 2014, so that's when he reapplies for his visa.
Ooh.
Again, he only got picked up because he started talking shit. They've been watching him because they watched his family. There's no way they weren't watching his family. If they weren't watching his family, they wouldn't have found him so fast. It wouldn't have came out who his dad is so fast.
How long you gotta wait for a visa anyway? And then on top
years.
Of that, and then on top of that, if you
Apparently.
wait years, so aren't you technically in this country illegally? If you're waiting that long for a visa, that don't even make sense.
They knew exactly where he was at because he has to put an address down. He's been popping since what? The last 3 years now. So since 2016, having money and stuff like that. So like it was in his best interest to get a visa. It's something going on. It's a bigger play.
That means, bro, at any time,
it's a bigger play.
Before they give you a visa, they can kick you out.
Yeah. And here's the trick that I saw. Shout out to the what's the lawyer? It's like a hip hop lawyer that like breaks it down for simple folks. Simpler folks. he said that
Layman's term.
in layman's term, he said that they're trying to force him to leave the country, give up his rights, so he can be out of jail. If he stays, he has a better chance of staying in the country. Like, but he has to stay in jail then. So that's what they forced the immigrants to do. I was like, oh, if you want to be out of jail, just leave the country. You can go back to your home country. You're fine. But if you want to fight and stay, you got to stay in jail because we're not going to give you a bond for the next 2 years.
And those conditions are always worse than jail itself.
Some people stay. Some people like, man, fuck, I'm just going to go back and try to get back in. Just sneak right back in. So, but like for 21 Savage, it's not like he can sneak back in and get back to rapping. Like, he's got to go back to UK that he's never been to. Well, I think he has been over. He's been overseas. So like, if he did have a felony, so yeah, he's been overseas.
No
but
lie, he got this video that's so dope. I forget what it's called though, but he's like, he took this apartment complex and had like a whole bunch of artists come through and do a whole bunch of cool stuff, and then it was like, wow, this is a spectacle. You know what I'm saying? It's entertainment for real. Like, this nigga care about his craft for real.
He do,
you know
and is again, it's a bigger play because his first conscious album, he not slaughter gang, kill him up, shoot him up. Like, why wouldn't you pick him up then? Why wouldn't you pick him up when he's doing the most shoot him up, kill him up? It's a knife. You trying to tell me no Ice Age just saw it's a knife and like, oh man, he's on our list. Yeah. He's on our list. There's not one Ice agent that understands the meme. Oh man, I saw him at work. This is it's a knife, nigga. It's a.
Hey yo, you know it's crazy though. This album wasn't like one of those albums that made him jump or anything or pop.
It put him in a different category. It put him in a I'm helping my community category. And you know what they did with that? Psh, bring that nigga up. Bring him in. And you know how clean he has to be to get caught up for ICE? Like, not charged with a gun charge, drug charge, beating a woman, driving drunk. Oh, yeah, he's just illegal. Because they would have added more if they could. They would have added more. That's besides the point. We stayed on this way too long for 21 Savage. I'm just saying, hey, free him, but it's a bigger play here, and the immigration system, as we can start to see now, for everybody is fucked up. It's fucked up, and all of you, if you got Latin homies, you got Mexican homies, you got
only thing you could do is just
Jamaican homies, whatever it is.
Hey, if you
they
lonely,
know, and we got to see it now.
If you're lonely, go out there, just marry you a immigrant. You only live once.
I think you can't say that legally, but if it's possible to find love,
don't quote
with
me on
an
it.
immigrant. If an immigrant, do it. If you can find love in an immigrant way, you should do it. RTheCzar, man, how are you doing?
I'm good, man. How you feeling, though?
I'm good, man. As I said before, I feel like you're a rapper's rapper. You're very Cleveland to me when I think about that next generation of Cleveland rap after the Royal Camp and Pooh Gutters and all of them and like that. It would definitely be a strong contest with you being in there somewhere in that mix of seeing your name on flyers, seeing you like do shows and be just in the mix. So it's dope to have you on. And your new song City Blue is I mean, how many City Blues are in other states? I don't really know the franchise.
In a couple different states.
Because it's Cleveland to me.
Yeah.
That's something.
You know what?
That
it started in the '80s somewhere else. I forget where, but it's for sure Cleveland
yeah,
too.
like
Randall.
Yeah, that's
Tower City.
Yeah,
you know
man.
What I'm saying? Like, you feel me? Like,
Man. Like that's and like in the song, it's a reminiscent song of you talking to your uncle.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. And him taking you to get your first pair of like, you know, stunt shoes, the Jordan 3s.
Yeah.
I like that because it's a lot of content out there that's just talking about nothing, and the song is one of them songs where it's like it's a Sunday morning song where it's just like, oh, this is just a good song to put on to feel good. It don't have no like end pointer like oh this is gonna make me sad or happy. It's just like oh this is a story song. I'll put this on real quick, have a good little vibe, maybe put my Jordans on and feel good about it and everything. And I listen to vice versa after that, and I like your content because a lot of it is like oh this is a moment for you. So like for the audience, it gives you a instant moment. It's like all right. I can put this on and be transported into a different reality instantly. I'm about to learn about his favorite shoe. I'm about to learn about his bros and how they solid, like, and it's not negative. That's the thing, because a lot of story songs are sad. Brenda's got a baby. Throw the baby away, Brenda. I'm like, damn, it's so catchy, but it's I can't listen to that on a Tuesday. I ain't trying to feel that on a Tuesday.
One of my favorite Pac songs, so I ain't gonna lie.
I mean, yeah, but again, it's like a lot of the songs that have a message or a story are kind of heavy. It's kind of cool just to have a song about your shoes. it is. It's like no, for real. Like it's really it is just like to have a like and again the rejuvenation of Cleveland. We need artists like you. To have the mix in there. Like, all right, this is you want to have a good playlist from Cleveland. You can't just have auto-tune, killer. You like get fresh a little bit.
Right.
You like to get fresh. So, welcome to the show, man. What made you make the song? Obviously, is you probably have the Jordan 3s, and it made you.
So, this was like it's like a compilation of different events. You know what I'm saying? Like just compiled. You know. Like initially, yeah, it starts off, you know, with that initial time coming to City Blue, and actually leaving out with clothes, you know, so you know, but you know, but then it transpired into like just life, and you know what I'm saying, we put our faith in these shoes, you know what I'm saying, only to realize that once they ruin, you know what I'm saying, like
or you grow out of them,
you know. Really though, you know what I'm saying?
You can't even like you can't even wear them for 6 months after that. Like you get it. It's a lot of the tracks I heard from you, you kind of mix it up with the upbeat, then a little bit slowed down type vibes and everything. Where would you say your comfortable pocket is? Like what is your style? Do you like doing the more conscious type?
I really do. I ain't gonna lie. Like City Blue, I got a song called Chess Game with my homie Jabars. That's like one of my favorite songs I've ever made. Right. It's like super hip hop. You know what I'm saying? I love that. But I mean, at the same time, I like making music. Yeah. Like, I don't even really just feel like I'm a rapper. I feel like I can transition into some like rock type stuff because I vibe with that. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's what it's all about.
Full around artist. An all around artist is always listening to new stuff and trying to find like a good rapper has a foundation in different genres of music. I don't think any like you can't tell me. It's hard for me to find a rapper that. Hey, for real. I was slandering the nurses for a minute, but like, hey, it's a hard job. Y'all get y'all money, but there's a I don't want to say this joke. It's just fucked up joke. Have y'all ever noticed like all the young nurses are super bad, but then all the old nurses is super big? Like there's a transitional period where the young bad nurses turn into the big birthing nurses, and like
when you eat good, you eat good.
They eat good. They don't get paid. They going on vacation. They sit there. They got snacks. Shout out to all the young pretty nurses. Y'all got Lexuses, but y'all gonna have like a Tahoe truck in your 40s. But that's besides. I'm happy to see all the Cleveland haters like are starting to dissipate. Shout out to Q Money from like popping and making it cool to be from Cleveland again, because like I heard my young Chicago, he was like, man, I heard like 3 songs of Q Money's on the radio, man. I downloaded this shit so quick. I was like, oh, all right, cool. Like I even like really.
That's all his songs actually.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm like, oh man, I ain't even like realize that he's a artist, like
He's
a
making an impact.
like yeah, he's a new artist in the game. Like
I ain't
he's
gonna lie. And he with Yo Gotti though.
no. He's actually independent.
I
He's
thought he was with Lucci. He's been mentoring under Lucci.
Okay, I swear he was with Yo Gotti. Who with Yo Gotti?
55 bags with Yo
Okay.
Gotti. Yeah.
Okay, that's what.
55 bags with Yo Gotti.
But they be fuck with each other too.
Exactly. They fuck with each other. Doughboy with Future.
Mhm.
Here's the thing I didn't know. Fredo had signed Ben West, and he was under Fredo's label and stuff like that. So that would have been like full go if that would have came out and we got Ben West, the curly hair, gray head kid. He got bars and all that. So it worked. It worked out. It's just dope to see Cleveland like get some respect finally, and like our young artists, our mature artists, our casual fans are all coming. Like again, I don't know if we got to get a bigger venue maybe or like a flashier venue or something like that, but the Grog, like it still means something to bless the Grog stage. Like it's like the Apollo. you gotta go to that stage if you want. Like, now I'm a Cleveland rapper. Like, so I don't know though. It got to be something else. It got to be.
Most of the shows I do at the Grog is like I'm opening up for somebody. Like, I gotta open up for Wiz. I gotta open up for Scarface. You know what I'm saying? So like, when I do the Grog, it's like shit, nigga. I'm doing it with niggas who, you know,
that's popping.
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
popping.
Yeah.
It's
Big
a
Jenkins, Stolly. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. I seen you on the Stolly flyer. That's where I definitely seen your name at. Definitely because shout out to Stolly coming. Shout out to Stolly. I ain't heard much from him in a minute. Is he still with MGMC?
No,
I think he got his own joint.
Okay, shout out to him. But what's coming up for the future? Are you gonna keep pushing City Blue, or is it going to be a album this year? We not gonna talk about the album.
I got a lot of surprises coming up. I mean, really, I got the City Blue video coming up. You know what I'm saying? I got the Vice Versa video coming up.
Vice Versa's hard.
Yeah.
Vice Versa's hard. That's one of the ones I can like put on and like we can get turned to a little quick. Because again, I like when you talk about your bros in a positive way. We ain't gotta talk about RP nothing all that shoot 'em up. It's just my bros is dope. My bros is better than your bros. That's a good song. So yeah, I would love to see that video.
For sure.
Yeah.
And I mean, it is some joint ventures coming up. You know, can't really talk too much about it,
See,
but you know,
as long as you release it on colored radio, man,
For
you
sure.
know, like you gotta come over back. The way we like to wrap up the show, is we like to say what we're reading, watching, or listening to, and it basically gives the audience homework and just something to go home with. So, Molly.
I'm like, am I hearing a video game?
It's not, man. It's just like go crazy. Maul, what are you reading, watching, or listening to, sir?
Listen to, just going through a mix. You know, not really listening to anything specifically. You know, just bouncing around here and there. So I can't really just say anybody specific. Watching Finished Punisher. Awesome show. Liked it. Yeah, very fucking awesome.
Again, I don't know how you can't just shoot him in the head. Just shoot him in the head.
Yeah, the man took 3 bullets close range, and I'm like, what?
Shoot him in the head. Just shoot him in the head.
All right, cool. Anyway, and then I watched the movie on Robin Hood. That was actually pretty with Jamie Foxx.
Really?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Really?
It was actually good.
you said Robin Hood
Yeah.
with Jamie Foxx.
Yeah. Like
never
he's like
heard
the
of it.
mentor of him, right?
He
Yeah.
was John.
Okay.
It was actually good.
Because they didn't promo the main character very much. They promo Jamie Foxx in it.
I mean, he's what's the dude called?
I know what you're talking about though, but I ain't seen the Robin Hood in so long. Like, I know
You know what I'm talking about?
Not John Hayes.
He's supposed to be Kingpin, not Kingpin. He's supposed to be what the fucking movie called?
Hey man, I don't know, but we're gonna keep it moving on.
Nothing
give
but
it-
letters, but fuck.
Mark, if you can't find it, man, you gotta keep it moving, man.
Go ahead.
You can Google stuff too. The phone works.
I don't remember the name of it. I don't even know his
RTheCzar, sir. Well, what are you reading, watching, or listening to, sir?
So I was just reading a little bit of this book about Bob Dylan
Okay.
and like his thoughts, and it was kind of interesting. I was just in the library. I ain't really, check it out or nothing.
Yeah,
you
it
know,
just,
but
just
yeah,
came through. Okay. Shout out to Bob Dylan.
yeah.
Are you listening to
What
anything?
am I listening to right now? My one homie, he sent me over a project. I don't know what it's called. It's like
Shout out to exclusive
yeah,
music.
right. 070 fee, something like that. Y'all hip?
070.
070, that's him.
070. Yep.
Oh yeah,
I'm not hip to the fee one, but 070 Shake was on the Cudi and Kanye album.
Kingsman.
Oh, the Kingsman. Oh, the main character. Yes, the Kingsman. Yes.
the dude
yes,
that's in the Kingsman.
Yeah, the young boy,
I
right?
said Kingpin, but yeah, Kingsman.
Yeah, the young boy. I like him. He was cool. The Kingsman was a good movie too.
I like both of them.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Second one's pretty
Both of them was cool. But yeah, shout out to 070. Is that a good tape or
So
project?
I only heard the first song, but the first song was pretty dope so far.
Okay.
So
Yeah, they were under Yes Jules as a management. And,
yes, I did hear that.
Yeah, and 070 Shake left after she linked with Kanye. So yeah, and Yes Jules got upset, but then they got cool again. So it was, well, yeah.
Well,
Shout out to-
she was like, "Look, this is Kanye. I'm gonna take this a little money."
Yeah, it's a different check over here. Shout out to that though. Is there anything else? Yeah, anything
What am I watching?
watching?
I watch Gotham in Atlanta. That's like I'm like obsessed.
You're a Gotham fan. I just rewatched Atlanta.
Gotham episode just came out. It's pretty good.
Which one?
Enigma did it.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah. I don't know about. I can't
got
watch
another one
network
coming
TV. I can't watch network TV's superheroes. It just doesn't
I'm not gonna lie.
translate
Though.
to me.
I feel you because I don't watch a lot of them either. But the build up, you know what I'm saying? Once you really start getting into these characters, it's like, oh, this is
It's
some
all
deep.
about the storyline.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's a lot
everybody.
of
And then they
writing.
cross paths, and then they disappear. And
It's a
people
lot of the
don't
good
nobody
writing.
die. Everybody dies, and they come back like, yeah, I'm
Yeah.
still here, and I remember.
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
Shit.
Shout-
Leave the Punisher. I don't remember.
Punisher was good. I like Punisher. That was a good. It was a lot of shooting. Just a lot of abrupt shooting. With a pistol.
It's just like the violence is like, dude, you're supposed to be human.
Again, superhumans that don't die.
Yeah, like you're like you don't have anything.
Like, shout out to
You're just
Batman.
Abnormally.
Shoot him in the
No
mouth.
pain
Pow.
receptors.
Bro, like, all right. I am listening to The Baby. Oh man, are y'all not hip to The Baby?
My one coworker keep telling me about it.
Oh,
He a
yeah.
young cat though too.
Yeah.
He's like 21, so he love this shit.
He was born in Cleveland,
Uh-huh.
moved to Charlotte though. He's from
Wait. He was born in
Cleveland though. Born in Cleveland, but he moved to Charlotte and grew up in Charlotte and shit. But
Like what age when he moved to Charlotte?
like very young. Like it's like
Okay, so
he
he don't got no real
like, yeah, he
influence.
don't rep Cleveland at all. But he was born in Cleveland. I don't know, man. His rhymes are very funny. His videos are super dope. You might have seen him on World Star because somebody tried to snatch his chain and he shot him in the Walmart. Like he was with his kid. So somebody tried to run up on him. He shot him in the Walmart. Got off with it because it was self-defense. They had it on camera and everything. So that's why he got thrust into the public eye.
Wait. When he I need to see this video.
Yeah, you can see it. You can find it
So
on World Star.
when he shot him, was the dude running away, or did he shoot him because he was running up on him?
Like he reached for his chain, he backed up, started firing on him. It was he almost emptied the clip on him. So, but in the Walmart, he wasn't looking for no trouble. He got his kid with him and his girl. So, but that video went viral. Then he was rapping in the club. So somebody ran up on him. He hit him with the mic. The same. He was rapping. He hit him in the face with the mic. Knocked him out. Viral again. The final video that made me go listen to him, and he's one of my favorite rappers right now. He is funny. He got great punchlines. He stays in a certain type of pocket. He's very animated. The videos are dope. he's shooting a video for 21 Savage. It's not for the rapper, but it's a song called She's 21 and She's a Savage. And some gang members walk up from another hood because he's in their hood. He's shooting a video. He's like, "Hey, you ain't have to walk up on me like that. We don't even politic like that from where I'm from. You could have came up to me respectfully." I was like, "We don't even know you, blah, blah, blah." Hey. I'm going to continue shooting this video. We can talk about that shit later. I was like, all right, we got to shoot later. Like, nigga, whatever. And he kept shooting the video. So I was like, oh, man, who is this the baby? Who is it? He calls himself the baby.
The baby, this nigga.
I feel like my sister listens to this.
Oh, I put money on it. I put money on it because he seems like one of the like the up and comers that you won't hear until he has that popping record. He was just on live with Trippie Redd, so that's one of them cosigns that get you popping. But shout out to the baby. I'm watching the Boondocks over again. That show is fucking classic. I can't tell you. I'm up to like season 2, episode 5. Every episode was a banger, and it hasn't even gotten to the Martin Luther King episode yet.
Damn.
Didn't they ban that episode?
Did they?
No.
No, that'd be heartbreaking.
They banned the Tyler Perry one. But no,
They said
fun fact about that Martin Luther King episode. Man, I wasn't even smoking back then. I was just tired, and I was watching the episode, and I really was thinking like, is Martin Luther King still alive?
Man,
like that really messed my head.
They keep saying Tupac in the studio right now.
Bro, I seen Tupac at the BET Awards one time, man. I'm like, no, this nigga not dead. Like,
I mean,
all
yeah,
this
man.
shit, huh?
As long as you collect a little check off your publishing, I wouldn't mind it. But yeah, that's it's our show, man. Thank you for coming out. It wasn't that bad. RTheCzar, City Blue is out now. Vice Versa is out. It's Spotify, Apple Music, all that good stuff. Pandora. Yeah. It's easy to find. Type it in.
Hey, let's get City Blue on 100.9 too.
Ooh,
just go
City
ahead and
Blue
vote. Vote for it, man.
And you better do it, because if you don't, we're gonna take it to 106.1.
Uh-oh.
Just saying. It's competition in the city, man. We get it on a lot of stations, man. It's a lot of podcasts.
Man, shout out to 95.5.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. We got stations here.
Face of the franchise.
A lot of great artists that can be heard, and it doesn't have to all go through one source now. It's a good thing. It's a very good thing. But shout out to 107.9.
City grown.
City Blue. RTheCzar. S. Play that funky music, man.